The Engineering Research Center program at the National Science Foundation are fairly large grants. The way the NSF runs it is the first 5 years are guaranteed, and that's $18.5 million from NSF for the first 5 years of operation. The center that we have is the National Science Foundation Engineering Research Center for Biorenewable Chemicals. And the industry that we're looking at transforming is the industrial chemical market. The industrial chemical market doesn't get nearly as much play as fuels, but comes from the same feedstock. So you start with crude oil. While most of crude oil ends up in fuels, about 8% of a barrel ends up in petrochemicals. And those chemicals are things that touch our lives everywhere. The things that are most noticeable to us are plastics, whether it be the toys that our children play with or the bottles that we put water in, but also cosmetics, antifreeze. A lot of things that we take for granted in our day-to-day operation are also based on crude oil. And so the focus of the center is trying to move to a more sustainable source of carbon for those chemicals that have become integral to our society. There needs to be a lead institution, in which, in this case, Iowa State University serves that role, but we have partner schools from around the country. And then we also have 2 institutions in Europe that are international partners. These are very large efforts, and you really have to have the right environment created with which to nurture it. And we had so many pieces already in place at Iowa State to create this center, and really having that infrastructure in place, in my view, was seminally important to being successful. One of the important attributes of this Engineering Research Center is we feel it takes Iowa State from the situation of having a strong presence in biorenewables to one of really a leadership position both nationally and internationally in biorenewable chemicals.